Hi crafty friends! In this card making tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how I made this bold graphic card using a combination of basic stamping and turnabout stamps, and I'm going to be doing most of the stamping today using Distress Oxides. Hi there, my name is Nicole and I like to make card making videos here on YouTube. As always, please check the description below for product information, links to my blog, and other crafty inspiration. And as well, if you enjoyed this video, I invite you to give this a thumbs up and as well subscribe to my channel. So to start the project today, I'm going to be setting up my Turnabout stamp set here in my MISTI tool. So in order to do that, what I like to do is just pull out the Turnabout guide from the stamp, place that in the corner of my MISTI, and then I use that to perfectly align the clear stamp there you can see in my MISTI tool. So I just go ahead, swing the door closed, and then now I know my stamp is in the perfect place. So in terms of the cardstock, I've already trimmed down a A2 size card panel, and I'm just using some temporary adhesive just to tape that down to that guide that we used here a moment ago. And essentially, this is all I need to do to set up my stamp here in the MISTI. So for this project today, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be using some Tim Holtz Distress Oxide inks. This very first one here is called Salvaged Patina. It's one of the newer Distress ink colors that recently came out. So you can see here, essentially all I'm going to do here is stamp that down. Then I just use a spray bottle here with a little bit of water to clean off that stamp. You're going to see that I'm going to rotate my cardstock there by 90 degrees, and then I'm going to ink it up with the next color. And this next color that I'm using here is Peacock Feathers. I love these colors together, Salvaged Patina and Peacock Feathers. I think they pair very nicely. And then you can see here, I'm just going to wipe that down and prepare for my third color. And my third and final color here that I'm using is going to be Iced Spruce. So I'm only using 3 colors today. If you wanted, you could use a fourth color as well and rotate this cardstock one more time. But in a few moments here, I'll show you how I plan on filling up those empty spaces. So for the sentiment today, I'm using some sentiments here from a stamp set, also from Concord and Ninth. It's called Big on You. And so I've gone ahead and picked out the large, bold stamp that says Love You, and gone ahead and already placed that down on my MISTI door. And as you can see, I'm just inking that up using some black ink. The black ink that I'm using today for this project is from Pink Fresh Studio. It's called the Detail Black ink. You can see there that I did get quite a good impression the very first time inking up that stamp. But since I was using my MISTI today, I thought why not go ahead and double stamp it just to be safe. So once my image has, or my sentiment here has been stamped out, I did go ahead and pull out the coordinating die from that Big on You stamp set. It does come with coordinating dies. And I'm just using some low tack tape from scrapbook.com. This is their mint tape. And I'm just going to use that down just to hold my die in place while I zip that through my die cutting machine off screen. So off screen, I did zip that through the Gemini die cutting machine. And there you can see, have a beautiful die cut. So I'm also going to make a coordinating sentiment strip with this card today. The sentiment strip here that I'm making, I am going to place it on some black cardstock. So I went ahead and treated my black cardstock using an anti-static powder tool. And now I'm just going to go ahead and stamp out that sentiment strip using some clear sticky ink. This is the Versamark ink. And I thought while I had this stamp out, since I was just stamping this freehand using an acrylic block, I thought why not go ahead and stamp it twice just in case one of them doesn't turn out perfectly. And then to that, I'm just sprinkling on some white embossing powder, and I'm going to go ahead and heat set that with my heat tool. So off screen with this sentiment as well, I did use a coordinating die from the Big on You sentiments from Concord and Ninth as well, just to trim down that sentiment. So going back here to my background, I did decide that I wanted to trim this down just so that it would have a nice border on my black card front. So right now I'm just using my Tim Holtz 8.5-inch trimmer, and I'm going ahead and trimming 1/4 of an inch off on each of the sides. And as I mentioned earlier, I want to fill up some of those white gaps here in my background. So I went ahead and chose this sort of stripy paint swatch from that paint swatch turnabout stamp set. And I'm just once again using that Pink Fresh Detail Black ink to stamp this striped image here in some of those gaps in the background. So like I mentioned earlier, if you wanted, you could use a fourth color instead and use that to fill up the background, with different or even the same colors. Or alternatively, in the stamp set, besides this striped image, there is a polka dot one, and I believe another image as well. So it's quite a few options there on how to assemble these turnabout stamps. So next up, I just went ahead, used some foam tape and adhered my card panel down here on the front of a black card base. This finished card is going to be 4¼ by 5½. And as you can see now, just layering up that love you sentiment. Once again, using some more foam tape just to give it a little bit of dimension. And one of the final steps here, I'm just going to go ahead and add on that sentiment strip. You can see here that I went with the sentiment that says, "You're an absolute dream." So, love you, you're an absolute dream. This is actually an anniversary card that I am making for my husband as we're celebrating our 7th anniversary this weekend. So to finish off the card here, I'm just going to add some super fun gem stickers. These are the Honeybee Black Gem stickers, and just using the Tim Holtz retractable craft pick here to kind of sprinkle those on across my card front. So I'm going to use my Teflon bone folder to fold it in half, and that's it. We are done. I did want to show you here as well that I did make this card a twin using the thank you sentiments from that same stamp set there. You can see thank you, can't thank you enough. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're looking for more crafty inspiration, I invite you to click on the links that are now on your screen. And until next time, I hope you are keeping it crafty. Bye.